Hello everyone, Forex here, welcome to another tutorial for Arma 3. In this video I'm going to show you how to create tasks in your mission. This video will be only about tasks themselves. If you want to know how to create briefings and long mission notes, watch my other video, but today it's tasks only. So there are a few ways to create tasks. I'm gonna do my best to describe them all to you so that you can choose the best one for you. Let's start with number 1. The in-game modules are easy to set up, they work in almost all missions and they save you a lot of work. Open your mission editor, switch to F7 modules and double click anywhere. Choose the category Intel, create task. Now you need to customize the module accordingly to your mission. The owner of the task is the unit that receives the task and tries to complete it. It can be one or multiple units, groups or entire sites. In this example, I will choose synchronize objects only because I want the task to be given to player only. Next, the task ID is a unique name of the task. The game uses this name to manipulate with the task for the rest of the mission. I recommend you using some simple names like task 01, task 02 and so on. The title is the displayed name of the task. Remember, there is limited space for your title, so save any details to the next part, which is the description. This is the text related to the task that shows only if you are in the task section, so after pressing J or switching to map view. The description can be a more detailed, informative text about the current assignment. You are less limited in space here, but I recommend you to keep the text under 600 words. You can use the notes section to write even more if you feel like it. The marker field serves to define the text that will be displayed after hovering over the marked icon on the map. The icon is created automatically on the place of the module and the icon can change according to the current state of the task. You can disable the icon by selecting Disabled in the destination of the task. The last section lets you choose the initial state of the task. Remember that you can always change the state of the task at any point in the mission, and you can even switch back from succeeded or failed values back to any other value. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Once you set up your first task, click OK and switch to F3 Triggers. This will be the first task, so I'll create it a few seconds after the mission start. You can, of course, have more conditions to make the task later in the mission, that's up to you. But for this video I'm gonna make something simple, so the activation anybody, I'll give the game a few seconds to load and then activate the trigger. Now comes the most important part of all, you need to synchronize the module with the player. By synchronizing, the game knows what task belongs to which unit and when to show it to the player. So switch to F5 and drag the line from the module to player's unit and drag another one from the module to the trigger. Once the trigger gets activated, in this example 1 second after the mission start, the module gets activated as well and creates the task. Now that we have the task created, we'll change its state. You can change the state to practically any of the 5 values for task states, and all that's needed is another module. So create another one and choose task state. This one is significantly easier to set up, just pick the state you want. I'm gonna choose the successful one and click OK. Now create another trigger and again set it up. So I'll wait until the player moves, and when he moves his speed will go up. So I'll use the command speed as a condition. Speed player more than 0. Once his speed is more than 0, the trigger gets activated. Click OK and again synchronize the module. This time drag the line to the trigger and to the first module that we created. That way the game will know that the change of the state relates to that task. You can also use the modules set task description and set task destination. They are again very easy to set up and the process is practically the same as in the previous example. So that was the use of modules, easy to do and pretty much automatic. If you don't want to use that or have some problems with the modules not working at all, you can also use the way number 2. Individual commands can also serve you to set up your tasks. They are a bit more time consuming to set up properly, but at least you can always change individual parts of the task and you can place the commands in your scripts where you can easily find them, something you can't do with the modules. So open your script or a trigger and first of all create a task. We'll use the command create simple task. A variable equals to player create simple task brackets quotes task name quotes brackets. Notice that you will use the variable to work with the task now, not with the name in the quotes. The name is the displayed name of the task. The next step will be to set the description of the task. Again, it's a simple command with a few parameters, so the name of the task from the previous command, set simple task description, brackets, and now there are 3 description texts. The first one is the usual description, it's a place for lots of text. The second parameter is the task title, and yes, it will override the name from the previous command. And the last one is a short description for the waypoint related to this task. This one works only if you set a destination for the task, and that can be done using the next command. And that is set simple task destination. It's a rather simple command that only sets up the destination of your task. Use again the variable assigned to the task, and use the getPos and any object to set up the location. Basically, you are setting up the destination to a certain spot on the island, and to get that spot, you use the game to get the location of that object. The task will be created on that location. So right now, you have created a task, you have set up all the text and markers. The last thing needed is to change the state during the mission. The command is set task state and is really simple to use. Just use the variable again, set task state, quotes, and insert one of 5 possible values: succeeded, failed, created, assigned, or cancelled. The effects of each of these commands are pretty much the same as when you are using modules. You can see how similar it is, and that's because, after all, it's always the commands that are used. The module just makes it easier for you to create a task, so you will avoid making mistakes in the code. Arma 3 got lots and lots of functions that can make your work easier. Unfortunately, there is little to no documentation on most of these functions, and it's difficult to guess the correct use of something like a function. Anyway, there are 2 you can use: task create and task set state. There is also a couple of other task related functions which I think aren't that necessary for task creation, but feel free to browse the function library and experiment with the task functions. Task create does, again, the same thing as the previous commands or modules. It's exactly the same, so I'll just quickly name the parameters that are needed. The first one is the owner of the task, so the unit that the task belongs to. It can be a name of the unit, a name of the group, name of the site, an array of units, or simply a word true. If you choose the group or the site, all units that meet the criteria will get the task. The word true will assign the task to all playable units. Second parameter is the name of the task without quotes. Third parameter is the task description, so it's an array of 3 elements: task description, task title, and marker title. Fourth parameter is the destination of the task, so again it can be an object, exact coordinates, or even a variable if that variable contains some sort of coordinates within. Next is the task state. Remember that you are currently creating the task, so the best option would be to use the string created, obviously in quotes. And the last parameter is the priority of the task. It helps the tasks to sort themselves from the most important to the least important. It's a simple number: the higher the number, the more important the task is. And finally, the last function, task set state. You probably know what it does, so let me show you the parameters quickly. First is the name of the task, so the one you chose in the previous function. Second parameter is the state of the task. Again, it can be one of 5 values: succeeded, failed, created, assigned, or cancelled. Last parameter can be either true or false and is related to the notification on player's screen. I recommend you using the true so that the notification is displayed, because it's always better to inform the player of his success or failure. You should let him see how he's doing. I recommend you using either the function or the module. It's way quicker and more comfortable than using individual commands. Let the game do the work for you and don't be afraid of mistakes in the code. That's it for the tasks. Make sure to check out the pastebin page, link in the description. You will find all commands there ready for you to copy them in your mission. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope to see you all in the next one. Comment, like and share, and have a great day.